Happy June, Aries, and welcome to Awakened Astrology. I'm your astrologer, Vanessa, and this is your June 2025 video horoscope. This is your video if Aries is your sun sign or if Aries is your rising sign. And I recommend you listen to the videos for both your sun and rising sign to get the most complete and holistic astrological picture for the month. And this is because your sun sign is going to be more accurate for covering the themes of the month, where your rising sign will be more mathematically accurate. And so you'll get a better sense of the areas of life or the houses where this energy will unfold. And if you like to have an outline or a reference sheet, kind of a cliff notes of the dates where this energy is going to be the strongest, along with some key terms about what the themes involve, you can sign up to have that sent to the inbox of your choice through my website, awakenedastrology.com. So this is going to be a very busy month for you, Aries, and we've got a lot of powerful energy in store. So let's get into what June has in store for you. Starting with the first week in June, everybody collectively has a collection of energy in Gemini. The Sun, Mercury, and Jupiter are all going to be in the sign of Gemini. Gemini is a sign that is very curious, very active mentally. It likes to have a lot of different things going on at once, and it's a very social sign. This energy is going to be making a supportive sextile in your third house. So pulling that all together, during this time, you might have an opportunity that drops into your lap related to writing, teaching, speaking, educating, publishing, or broadcasting. This is an absolutely stellar time for any of those things, and also for networking and making connections in and around your local neighborhood, your local area. All of this air energy in Gemini can really fuel your fire, Aries. You are a fire sign, to get out and go do things. Local travel is a big possibility here. And if you're feeling more of the social gear that Gemini offers, this can be multiple invitations to do things like go to neighborhood parties and barbecues, block parties, get-togethers with siblings or extended family. So it's going to be a very busy and bustly first week. Now on June 8th, Mercury is going to make a shift. It's going to move into Cancer, and it will be here until the 26th. This is a harder angle for you. It's going to make a square in your fourth house of home, family, real estate. And the fourth house also ties to one of your parents. Usually it's maternal energy, but for some people, depending on other factors in their natal chart, it can be more on the paternalistic side of parental energy. So squares are pressure points. They're stressful. And there is a strong emotional component to this that's really going to hit home. The changes that you're going through in how you define yourself, the recalibration of your boundaries between this first and seventh house axis, it's the me versus we axis, the I versus the collective axis, especially as it pertains to your home and family life, are going to really be emotionally impacted by this energy at this time. There is a longer term theme with some transpersonal and outer planets that tie into this, and we'll cover that briefly next. I'm actually doing a separate video on that, but right now what's important for you to know is from June 8th and then kind of waning after that to the 25th, this energy is going to start to transition into a more favorable gear, but you're gonna be feeling the hardness of this very strongly on June 8th, and then it's gonna kind of soften and peter out after that. More on the topic of this me versus we axis. You have some very strong long-term energy stationed in your first house. Basically, this is going to be an ongoing backdrop. It will be active all month long, but it'll be active well beyond. And I'll cover the arc of this in a separate video because these slower moving planets are here to bring us big life lessons and deep soul growth that transcends the faster moving planetary aspect. But briefly, to orient you to this energy that is going on, what we have is Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries. So these powerful planets are stationed in your sign in your first house of identity, the house that ties to your appearance, your physical body, how you show up and how you shine out in this world. This is how other people first see you. In architecture, the vestibule is the passageway people have to pass through in order to get from the exterior to the interior. And your first house is a lot like that. Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries is interesting energy because Saturn is a planet that wants structure. It wants discipline and boundaries to focus your motivation, your drive, your action-oriented energy, while Neptune wants to soften and dissolve barriers and boundaries to open up the floodgates. So I'm throwing terms around like conjunction, but for those of you new to astrology, I want you to understand what that actually means. A conjunction means the planets involved are very, very close to each other. They're having an intimate moment, if you want to think of it like that. They're essentially getting put into the cosmic blender together. But sometimes the energies aren't that harmonious. They don't blend so compatibly. And we do have some of that tension here with the nature of the planets Saturn and Neptune in terms of how they operate and how they go about getting what they want and accomplishing their agenda with you. Early degrees, which makes the energy very pure, very strong. And because these are in your sign, Aries, you're going to be experiencing this very powerfully. Everybody experiences Saturn transits in a powerful way and really feels them. But, some signs feel the energy more strongly than others. And because this is in your sign, you are really going to be feeling this. It's really going to make an impact on you. So what is it offering? It's offering the opportunity to dissolve, stay with me here, birth trauma or foundational, very early life trauma, clear that out and really get more solid about your identity and how you present yourself out in the world. What is the experience other people are having of you? And you might find yourself invested in being much more disciplined about your physical body and your appearance and this me versus we, how you're showing up, not just in partnerships, marriage, relationships, but especially around the 17th of the month, how you're showing up for your pets, how you're showing up in the people you are in connection with on a daily basis in the form of coworkers or employees. And it can also definitely get you working on your relationships with yourself and anyone you are in partnership with personally or professionally. What's happening with this energy is not always going to be something that's accomplished with ease because, like I said, there's some innate tension with this conjunction. The themes are around this need to find a balance between the restrictions that are created by the boundaries of your ego identity, how you assert yourself on an individual level and what that brings to another person's experience of you when they encounter you. We affect other people in how we move and carry ourselves in the world. It's not just about you, right? It's about something bigger than you. And Neptune really wants you to start to open up the concept of that, the more fluid connection that you have with the collective, with something greater than yourself and something that is more transcendent than yourself. So it will impact your partnerships, including marriage, in a more stressful way, but keep in mind this is meant to produce growth. Okay. During this first week of June, it is really opening up positive opportunities in relationships with siblings, extended family, your social groups, and people you're on the same wavelength with. Think of, who are your alliances in life? Who are the people who can contribute to your goals, your wishes, your dreams, your hopes? This first week of June is opening this energy up to connect to other people in a way that can really contribute as a stepping stone on a path toward achieving what your deeper desires are. Okay, so moving on to June 9th, Jupiter is going to move into Cancer. This is going to contribute to the square that you have in your fourth house. Now, Jupiter is known to be the greatest, benefic in astrology. And what does that mean? It means it's thought that it carries a lot of luck and blessings. It's a very generous planet that wants to expand and grow things in a way that is really positive and joyful for you. But it can also go overboard. I read this as it's like somebody or something is making a mountain out of a molehill energy. Okay. The emotional tensions that you're having around home, family, and real estate are growing at this time. There might be some shifting and changing moods or unpredictability on the home front. And one of the ways that you can mitigate this is to steer clear of playing the blame game. So moving on to June 11th, we are going to have a full moon in Sagittarius. And this, Aries, is going to be making the most favorable aspect in all of astrology, known as a trine, in your ninth house. Now, full moons are known for their ability to bring fulfillment, culmination, fruition, full illumination energy. They can also bring drama, but this will be the good kind of drama for you. June is a really special month in 2025 because it is one of the only months that's free from having any personal planet energy in retrograde. There is no transpersonal planet energy in retrograde. And with the exception of Pluto, which Pluto is in retrograde, none of the outer planets are bringing any kind of retrograde energy. So this means there is a noticeable lack of blockages to what a full moon can bring. And it allows things to move forward very quickly and very rapidly in a positive direction. And that is what trines do. Trines are aspects that they can move things along very quickly. Now, this is happening at 20 degrees, 39 minutes of Sagittarius. And the details of how this plays out and what it stimulates for you, it will be ninth house matters, but more specifically, it's really going to depend pretty heavily on exactly how it hits your personal natal chart. If you haven't seen or you are not familiar with your natal chart, you can go to my website, awakenedastrology.com. The link is in the description to get a free digital copy sent to your inbox of choice. And this will help you tap into and get oriented to the degrees and the highly personalized placements that you have. These are your placements, your celestial blueprint for a lifetime. And full moons are one of the events in astrology that can act as triggers for things that are promised or indicated in your natal chart. Now, of course, if you are not fluent in the language of astrology, the chart might not make much sense to you, but this is what we astrologers do in personalized consultations. So I also want to take a moment to encourage any of you who have not yet had your natal analysis done to really think about investing in moving forward with that. Give yourself and your soul this amazing gift. It can really awaken you to how you can best navigate and harness the energy of events like this full moon. The next date I want to alert you to is June 17th. This is a day where Mars, your ruling sign, Aries, is going to be entering into the sign of Virgo. This is going to station in your sixth house, bringing action, energy, drive, motivation to your daily routines and health habits, making things more efficient. You might be focusing on strengthening your health and your physical body, cleaning up any bad habits you may have slipped into. And this also extends to cleaning up routines and habits, personal energy as it relates to your pets, coworkers, or employees. This is very powerful energy for you, Aries. So if you've been struggling with just kind of falling out of best habits, you can really use this time and this energy to reset yourself and get back on track and take things to a new level with your physical health and your vitality. Finally, on June 25th, we've got a new moon in Cancer. New moons in general support fresh starts. They're great for planting seeds for what you intend to grow. And also they can be really good. It's a good time of the month to just look inward. This new moon is going to be occurring in your fourth house of home, family, real estate, and one of your parents. Like I said, usually it's mom, but sometimes it can represent your dad. And you've had a lot by now, a lot of hard energy and some intense things unfolding in this area of your life. So this new moon is a good time to sit down and reflect and kind of process what's happened. The matters that are related to your home front are going to be under stress for some time. And I will be releasing a separate video closer to this date. We'll go into more depth on the new moon. Okay, Aries, if you want to be notified when the videos for the full moon in Sagittarius and the new moon in Cancer are available, take a moment now, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification button, and this will let you know when they're available for viewing. Closing out with a few self-care tips for you this month, Aries. June is going to be a very busy month, and we do have some intense energy, some stress on the home front. Remember that there's energy available, supportive energy available to connect with trusted friends and alliances, and that can help. You don't have to just put your head down and barrel through it alone. You can take some time out from working and doing and grinding and, just enjoy some local travel or even long distance travel to ease any pressures that are building. And of course, you can use the Mars energy wisely. Physical activity, exercise, working out, those are great releases for Aries when it comes to pressure building up. So use the Mars energy wisely to achieve a healthier daily routine that supports your physical strength and that also supports your vitality. That's all I have for you for now, Aries. I would love to know in the comments how these energies have unfolded for you, if any of this resonated with your experience. I hope you have a beautiful month, and I will see you again in July. Take care.